please switch on your videos? Okay. So in the last class, we were discussed about the questions regarding with the refraction of light, and we have some doubts. So first of all, we can clear it. After that, we can move to the next questions. So this is our first question.
Ma'am, I'm sending this in group. That first is discussion.
Okay, I didn't send it in the group, right? Okay, I will send it today itself. Sorry, I forgot about it. Okay, children. So this is the first question. A beam of light is, I think it is not clear to you. Is it clear?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am,
want to zoom it again?
Yes, ma'am.
clear like
Okay.
HD.
A beam of light is incident through the holes on a side A and emerges out of the hole on the other face of the box as shown as in the figure. Which of the following could be inside the box? So this is what is our question. And I think in the last class, I will say that we are placed concave lens inside the box, right? Concave. But actually it is not concave. As Srihari said, it is convex lens. It is not concave lens. It is convex lens. Because when I am explaining this, it is a concave lens. I am not sure about, or I am not observing the nature of the image that is obtained on the other side. On the other side, exactly the rays are in the opposite. So here you just imagine if a convex lens is placed here. Convex lens. Convex lens are those lenses which are also known as converging lenses. Okay, so what happens? The rays of light that is coming parallel to this hole, after that it is converges to a particular point and then it is goes through like this. Okay, that is why the 10th ray is lies here. Similarly, the ray of light that is coming here, the path of the ray of light is 1. It is converges to a particular point and it is go through this way. So here this is the ray 1. So here actually the ray of the material that is kept inside the box is not concave. It is convex. It is convex in nature. Okay. All the light rays are converges to a particular point before it is emerges out. So here we can say it is not concave. It is a convex lens. The material that is kept inside the box is convex in nature. All the light rays before emerging outside, it is converges to a particular point. After that, it is emerges out. Okay, so the type of optical instrument that is kept inside the box is convex in nature. It is not concave. We are not carefully observe the image which is emerging out. So here the ray of light is 10. After the emergence, its position is here, exactly opposite. Similarly, the ray of light is here. It is coming in this pathway 1. After converging to a point, it is goes through this direction. This is the ray 1. So actually, the material that is kept inside the box is convex lens. It is not concave. Is it clear?
Ma'am,
Okay, now we can discuss the next one. Okay, the next question. Up to where we were discussed? Question number 5, 6, or 7. Did you remember?
4.
Up to 4. Did we find the answer of question number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now question number 5.
Ma'am, this we need to write or ma'am will send.
I will send it in the group. Today itself, I will send it.
so we don't
Thanks, sir.
Yes?
so we don't need to write.
Okay. If you want to write the question, you can write. Otherwise, you just listen here and try to answer the question. I will send all these questions to the group today itself.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 5. A real image is formed by the light rays after reflection or refraction when they actually meet or intersect with each other. actually converge at a point, appear to meet when they are produced in backward direction, appear to diverge from a point. This is the correct answer. Here you have a pair of options. Option A and D are correct. Option B and D are correct. Option C, statement A and statement B are correct. Option D, statement B and D, both are correct. Which is the correct answer. We need to form a real image. A real image is formed by the light rays after reflection or refraction. What is the condition for the formation of a real image after reflection or refraction? Any guess?
Ma'am, first one is not correct. Not intersect.
First one is correct. Actually meet or intersect with each other. If and only if the ray of light after the refraction or reflection, if it is meet or intersect with each other, then only we get an image. Okay, right.
Yeah.
But we need to get a real image. So option A will be right. So we can cut option B and D. It is not right. But here we are confused with the option A and C, which is the right answer. Yes.
B and D is cut. Then
Yes, B and D are false because there the option A is not there. And we are confused with these two options, option A and option C. We get an image if and only if the ray of light after the reflection or refraction, if it is intersect or meet up with each other. So option A is right. Okay, then what about the combination along with this option A? We need to get a real image.
I'm appear to make this
And
backward
B.
direction.
D, appear to diverge from a point.
B.
Option A and D, right? Or you are going with option D. Actually, option B and D is wrong. Only we need to concentrate on these two options, option A and C. Which is the right answer?
Confusion. And the option is C is not there. No AD and the
Yes, actually here the options are repeating, right? A and D, A and B, B and D,
AD.
B and C. Yes, Anjali Priya, what do you think? It's a possible combination with that of actually meet or intersect with each other. Whenever it is diverges away from a point, does we get the image?
No.
No.
Ma'am,
If we
option C.
converge then it will be.
If it is converges to a particular point, we get an image. Okay. So actually the correct answer is
Converging and option
C.
option A and B, option C. If the ray of light is meet or intersect with each other, or if it is converges to a particular point, then only we get a real image after the reflection or refraction. So the correct answer is option C. A and B is the correct statement. Okay, then next question. Consider the following properties of virtual images. So here some properties of virtual images are given. Cannot be projected on the screen. Is it right? What do you mean by virtual images? Virtual images.
Virtual and erect, it will be erect image.
Differentiate between virtual image and real image. What is the difference between them?
Our real image means our when we stand in the mirror, then our mirror silver shadow our face.
Okay, any other explanations?
Ma'am, virtual image will be found behind the mirror.
Virtual images are always formed behind the mirror. Okay, then
of the mirror, that
Real
the
image.
real image front
Front
of
of
the
the
mirror.
does we obtain the virtual images on the screen?
No.
This is what is the exact difference between virtual image and a real image. Okay, So you can confirm whether it is a virtual image or real image. If the images are obtained on the screen, these are examples for virtual images. They are virtual images. Okay, if the images are not obtained on the screen, they are virtual images. If the images are obtained on the screen, they are real images. Okay, so virtual image and real image.
Ma'am, C is correct.
Answer option C is correct.
Is correct.
A, B.
Always.
Option C is correct. Okay. Okay, anyway, you just note what is the difference between virtual image and real image. Virtual images are not formed on screen. What do you mean by real image? Real images are formed on the screen. We get the real image on the screen, but virtual images are not formed on the screen. Okay. So here, option A cannot projected on the screen. It is a true statement regarding with that of the virtual image. Now, option B are formed by concave and convex lens. Is it true? Regarding with that of S, we get virtual images both with concave and convex. A is possible, B is possible. Then option C are always erect. Virtual images are always erect.
Correct.
Yes,
Yes, it is also true. The virtual images are always inverted. Is it possible?
No.
No. So the correct option is option C. Here A, B, and C are the properties of virtual images. The only combination that is going along with that of the virtual images, they are always erect. They may not be inverted. The inverted combination are go along with that of the real images. Okay. Now question number 7. Where should an object be placed in front of a convex lens to get a real image of the same size as that of the object? Where should an object be placed in front of a convex lens to get a real image? We need to get a real image. And another clue, we need to get a real image with that of the same size as that of the object. In the case of convex lens, we have 6 different cases are there where we get an image which have the same size as that of the object. Yes.
Is the focal length.
Yes, it is at the twice the focal length. We know that in the case of mirror, where you get the image which is same as that of the size of object. In the case of mirror, spherical mirrors.
Ma'am, at curvature.
At the center of curvature. And in the case of lens, we know that here we have at the center of the refracting surface of lens is known as center of refracting surface of a lens is known as, is it pole?
No, ma'am.
No, instead of pole here we are using another term. What is that?
Optical center.
Yes, it is optic center. And the line that is passing through the optic center is known as principal axis. And here we have principal focus. After principal focus, instead of center of curvature, in the case of spherical lens, we use another term. What is that?
F1.
2F. And this 2F
F2.
is known as twice the focal length. Okay, this 2F is known as twice the focal length. So whenever we place the object at the center of curvature, in the case of mirror, we call it as center of curvature. But in the case of spherical lens, it is known as twice the focal length, 2F. So if you place the object at 2F, then only you get an image which is same as the size of the object. So which is the correct answer?
At the twice focal
Where is the focal length?
Twice the focal length.
Focal length.
Twice the focal length. So option B. Option B is right, at twice the focal length. Okay, now next question, question number 8. Velocity of light in air is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, while its velocity in a medium is 1.5 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Then the refractive index of the medium. Find the refractive index. What is the equation for calculating the absolute refractive index of a medium? General equation. Angelo.
Yes, ma'am.
Equation for calculating the refractive index. General equation. Tania. How we can find out the refractive index? Anyone?
N is
C by
N is equal to C by
C
nu.
by- C
Very
by
good.
V.
N is not V, nu. It's a Greek letter nu. So N is equal to C by nu. And what is C represents? C?
Speed of light.
Reflect.
Speed of light in where?
Air.
Air.
Speed of light in air. Speed of light in air divided by nu. Nu represents
Greek letter.
speed of light in medium. So this is the equation for calculating the refractive index. And here the speed of light in air and speed of light in medium is given. What about the speed of light in air? It's a constant value. What is it?
3.8
Three
meter
into-
per 3 into 8.
Is it is 3.8. 3 into 10 raised to 8.
8 meter per second.
3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second divided by, what about the speed of the light in medium?
1.5 into 10 raised to
1.5 into 10 raised to 8. Okay, so here this 10 raised to 8 and 10 raised to 8 cancels. Then n is equal to 3 divided by 1.5.
2.
3 by 1.5 is 2. What about the unit of refractive index?
no unit.
Very good, excellent. There is no unit for refractive index. Why? Here both the quantities are expressed in meter per second. The speed of light in air is expressed in meter per second. That is in the numerator. Speed of light in medium, its unit is also meter per second. Okay, so this meter per second and meter per second is cancelled. So there will be no unit for refractive index. No unit for refractive index n. So n is equal to 2. It's a number. It's a numerical value. So option D is right. Okay. Now the next question. Question number 9. An object is situated at a distance of f by 2 from a convex lens of focal length f. Distance of image will be plus f by 2, plus f by 3, plus f by 4 and minus f. Option D is minus f.
Option D is there.
Question number 9. An object is situated at a distance of f by 2 from a convex lens of focal length f. Distance of image will be plus f by 2, plus f by 3, plus f by 4, minus f. Here we want to calculate the image distance. What all things are given here in this question? Next, Melita, what all things are given here in the question? An object is situated at a distance of f by 2.
Concave.
It is a convex lens. Anyway. It is a convex lens, not concave. It is a convex lens. Okay.
F by 2.
What
No,
all things are
distance
given?
is given.
Focal length.
Object distance is given. Very good. Object distance is given. And what is the object distance?
F by 2.
By 2.
Object distance is f by 2. So object distance u is equal to f by 2. And we must put a negative sign. Why? Here in the question it is given as plus f by 2, but here we put a negative sign. Why?
Convex always has always negative in the.
Object is always present.
always negative.
Very good. Object is always placed on the left side of the mirror. So according to sign Cartesian convention, we must put a negative sign for the object distance. Good. Any other parameters are provided in here?
No, ma'am.
No. Read the question carefully. An object is
Focal.
situated at yes, very good. An object is situated at a distance of f by 2 from a convex
Focal
lens
length is
of
given.
focal length. The focal length is given.
F,
Focal length
F.
is equal to f. Is it is positive f of or negative f? It is a convex
Negative.
lens.
Negative
Ah.
because left side.
There is a stick. For a convex lens, what about the focal length?
Positive.
Positive plus f. Okay. For convex lens, the focal length is always positive. Okay. The negative values are only for concave. The focal length of a concave lens is negative. Power of a concave lens is negative. But focal length and power of convex lens is always positive. So here the focal length is positive. And here we want to calculate the image distance V. How we can calculate image distance? What is the equation relating these three physical quantities? Object distance, image distance, and focal length.
Length formula.
Lens formula. Very good. Then state the lens formula.
1 by V. 1 by V.
1 by f is equal to
1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F.
1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Not only for Fisan, other students can also unmute and answer, no problem. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Okay. So here we want to calculate 1 by v, and here focal length is given, it is f. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. What about the value of u? It is f by 2, right? 1 by f by 2. It is 1. U is equal to minus f by 2. Therefore, 1 by u is equal to 1 by f by 2. So it becomes 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus basic mathematics 2 by f. Take the reciprocal. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 2 by f.
Ma'am, is the
Yes.
answer negative?
Ah, yes. Okay, let me check whether it is right or wrong. So here 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 2 by f, which implies 1 by v is equal to 1 by f minus 2 by f. Here both the denominators are same, so it is minus 1 by f. Okay, so here 1 by v is equal to minus 1 by f, which implies v is equal to, take the reciprocal, minus f. Image distance is equal to minus f. So which is the right answer? Which correct alternative? Option
D.
D.
D. Option D. It is minus f. The image distance is at minus f. Is there any doubt?
No.
Can you explain?
Okay.
Not clear.
From where, Fizan?
And that you get the value and we at U value put that.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Listen here carefully. Here the object distance u is given. It is f by 2. But we know that if the object, whether it is a concave or convex, the object is always kept on the left side of the mirror. So we must put a negative sign. So it becomes negative f by 2. And the focal length is given, f is equal to f as it is. Now we want to calculate the image distance v. So for that, here we are using the lens formula. According to lens formula, we know that 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Then we just substitute all these values into this general equation. So it becomes 1 by f is equal to 1 by v. We don't know the value of v minus object distance. Object distance is minus f by 2. So again, minus 1 by f by 2. In the next step, we take this 2 to the numerator. So it becomes 1 by f is equal to 1 by v. Minus of minus becomes plus. Then 2 by f. Take the reciprocal. And here we want to calculate 1 by v. the image distance V. So 1 by V is equal to, just to rearrange the equation by take this 2 by F to this LHS. So it becomes 1 by F minus 2 by F. Here the denominators are same, so you can directly subtract it. 1 by V is equal to 1 minus 2, it is minus 1 divided by the common denominator F, which implies V is equal to, take the reciprocal, that is minus F. Now the 10th question. The refractive index of a dense flint glass is 1.65 and for alcohol it is 1.36 with respect to air. Then the refractive index of the dense flint glass with respect to alcohol is 1.31, 1.21, 1.11 and 1.11. Here one option is repeating once again, so you only need to concentrate the first three options. Is it is 1.31, 1.21 or 1.11?
Question n is equal to C by.
Option B.
Not that you're doing question n is equal to C by that Greek letter.
Refractive index of dense flint glass. So we know that refractive index is represented by the letter N. It is a dense flint glass. Flint glass, so we can write FG. NFG for the refractive index of flint glass. The refractive index of dense flint glass is equal to 1.65. It is given. And the refractive index of alcohol is 1.36. So Na, refractive index of alcohol, is equal to 1.36. Refractive index of alcohol is 1.36 with respect to air. Then what about the refractive index of dense flint glass with respect to alcohol? That is what is our question.
And use diffractive index equation.
Yes, what is that?
N is equal to C by the Greek.
That is the general equation. So we are already told that we can use that equation if and only if the one of the given medium is air. But here the two mediums are different. One is a flint glass and other is alcohol. It is not air. So we cannot use that general equation for calculating the refractive index. And one more thing is, here they are provided the refractive index of these two mediums. They are not given the velocity of light in these two mediums. So how we can find out the refractive index of flint glass with respect to alcohol?
Ma'am, we can divide the diffractive index of flint glass by refractive index of alcohol.
So we know that in the case of refractive index, we have three equations are there. So according to the another equation, we know that if the refractive index of the two mediums are given, we can take their ratios in order to find out the refractive index of one medium with respect to alcohol. So here, please read the question carefully. Here we want to calculate the refractive index of dense flint glass. So refractive index of dense flint glass, NFG, with respect to alcohol, that is Na. So we want to, you need to give preference to which medium. We want to calculate the refractive index of which medium. So here we want to calculate the refractive index of dense flint glass with respect to alcohol. So give preference to this flint glass, dense flint glass in the numerator, and then write the alcohol in the denominator. And in the LHS, it becomes NaFg, just a reverse order. So this equation is NaFg is equal to refractive index of flint glass with respect to refractive index of alcohol. That is 1.65 divided by 1.36. We give preference to the material medium in which we want to find out the refractive index. Okay, so here we want to find out the refractive index of flint glass with respect to alcohol. So give preference to flint glass, preference in the numerator. So refractive index of flint glass with respect to refractive index of alcohol. So NFG by NA is equal to 1.6 divided by 1.36.
I want to divide this.
What about the final answer?
Option.
Option? I only heard option. A, B, or C? A, 1.31.
Ma'am, 1.21.
1.21. Okay, is there any other option? 1.11 you also left here. Anyone is go with that option? Yes?
And this now we want to divide
1.65.
point you divide.
You can change that decimal point by multiplying it with a common number by 100. Then it becomes 165 divided by 136.
This is a big number. How?
Navaneet, what about your answer?
Ma'am, B.
B, 1.21. So here the answer is 1.21, not 1.31. The correct option is 1.21. 1.65 divided by 1.36 is equal to 1.21. What about the SI unit? SI unit.
And
Adulya, what is SI unit here? Unmute and say. Karthik. SI unit of flint glass with respect to the refractive index of flint glass with respect to alcohol.
Ma'am, no unit.
No unit, because it is refractive index. Refractive index has no unit.
No unit.
Okay. So the next question, question number 11. It is also a question regarding with that of the refractive index. Refractive index of diamond with respect to glass is 1.6. Refractive index of diamond with respect to glass. So here refractive index of diamond with respect to refractive index of glass. So ND by NG, that is equal to 1.6. Okay. Then if the absolute refractive index of glass is 1.5, that is the value of Ng is given. Ng is equal to 1.5. And the question is this: find the absolute refractive index of diamond. By this term absolute refractive index, it is nothing, they are indicating the value of refractive index of that particular medium. Okay, absolute refractive index is nothing, it is the refractive index itself. So here Ng is equal to 1.5. Then what is Nd? This is the question. Find the refractive index of diamond. The ratio of refractive index of diamond with respect to glass is given. It is 1.6. Refractive index of glass is 1.5. Then what is the refractive index of diamond? Nd.
Option B, 2.4.
2.4. How you obtain? Here it is 1.5. Yeah,
multiply the
1.5
refractive
divided by, yes. Nd divided by 1.5 is equal to 1.6, which implies refractive index of diamond Nd is equal to 1.6 into 1.5. Take this 1.5 to this RHS. So here it is division. Whenever it is taken to the RHS, it becomes multiplication. So 1.6 into 1.5. 1.6 into 1.5 is equal to 2.4. Is there any unit? No, no unit. Okay. Okay, refractive index have no unit. Anyway, at least you this concept is stored in your brain. Refractive index have no unit. Okay. Some of them are right. The unit of refractive index is meter per second. Meter per second is the unit of speed of light in air or speed of light in a given medium. The refractive index have no unit. Okay. Then the 12th question. A convex lens A of focal length 20 centimeter and a concave lens B of focal length 5 centimeter are kept along the same axis with a distance D between them. If a parallel beam of light falling on A leaves B as a parallel beam, then the distance D in centimeter will be. So here we have two lenses are there. Convex lens are there, convex lens and concave lens.
Now object distance is given now. Kept at a distance.
Object distance is given here. A convex lens A of focal length. The focal length of convex lens is something that is equal to 20 centimeter. It is placed in one line. Okay. And the concave lens of focal length 5 centimeter are kept along the same axis. Both the concave lens and convex lens are placed in the same axis. So here we have a convex lens and here we have a concave lens. Both of them are placed in the same axis. Suppose imagine the focal length of convex lens is 20 centimeter. Focal length of this concave lens is 5 centimeter. Then what is the difference between these two lenses, convex lens and a concave lens?
Concave lens, they would bulge outward in outwards.
That is what is our question. That is not our question. If a parallel beam of light is falling on A leaves B as a parallel beam, then the distance D in D centimeter will be. The distance D between these two is
25.
25. Distance between these two lenses, not the total distance.
So that 20 and the distance that D and.
What about the distance between these two lenses, not the total distance, total focal length between these two lenses? Yes. What about the distance D between these two lenses?
I think it will be
15, ma'am.
15.
How you get it's 15?
5, 20 minus 5.
Yes, 20 minus 5. So the total distance, the total focal length of convex lens from here to here, it is 20. And the half distance or the 5 centimeter it is taken by concave. Then what is remaining distance between them? It is 15 centimeter. Actually, 15 centimeter is the answer. 15 is the answer. And actually, in ray optics, that is in +2, here they are using one equation in order to solve this.
That you need to study.
You don't need to study because here we have only to study about, you only need to understand this concept. You just try to draw the two type of lenses and calculate the focal length between them. Here they are already say both of them are situated or placed in the same axis or same, say they are situated in the same line or in the same axis. So you just try to correlate all these concepts and find out the answer. But in +2, they have an equation like this. 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 minus D divided by F1 F2 is equal to 1 by F. They have an equation like this.
So
1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 minus D divided by F1 F2 is equal to 1 by F. And then from this equation, they are find out the distance D. Here F1 is the focal length of the first lens, that is convex. It is 20 centimeter. F2 is the focal length of concave lens. It is 5 centimeter. Then in order to identify the distance D, they are just to rearrange the equation. You don't need to study all these equations. Try to understand the concept and form or figure, kept a figure in your mind and find the answer. That's all. So here the answer is 15 centimeter. The total focal length of convex lens is 20 centimeter, but the concave lens is placed in the same axis with a focal length of 5 centimeter. So we can say the distance between these two lenses are 20 minus 5 is 15 centimeter. That's all. Now the 13th question. Which of the following lenses would you prefer to use while reading small letters found in a dictionary? A convex lens of focal length 50 centimeter, a concave lens of focal length 50 centimeter, a convex lens of focal length 5 centimeter, a concave lens of focal length 5 centimeter. Some of them are very curious and interested to say the answer. Who is that? Question number 13, which is the right answer? Whenever I read the question,
50.
S option. Which option? A, C, A, B, C, or D?
C.
C. A convex lens of focal length 5 centimeter.
Five.
Okay. Is there any other options? Is it right? Convex lens of focal length 5 centimeter. Why it is not concave? Isha? Because we get virtual and direct images using concave lens. Then why you are not preferring this concave lens while in order to read the dictionary, small letters of dictionary?
Concave lens is real and
Any?
inverted.
Yes?
Concave lens is real and inverted.
No. In both the cases, concave lens produces virtual images. Then why we are not preferring this concave lens?
Diminished size.
Very good. Excellent. In the case of concave lens, we know that we obtain virtual images, virtual and direct images in both cases, but the size of the image is diminished or small. Here we need to read the small letters found in a dictionary. So again, if we are using a concave lens of focal length 5 or 50, again we get an image which is diminished or small in nature. So option B and D are wrong. And here the correct answer is option C. We can explain the reason in the next class. Now it's almost the time. So let me take your attendance.